Quote Retreat by Sandor. One quote, one reflection, one thought that could bring a moment of light and energy to your day. Join me as we take a look at today's quote. The quote is by David Starr Jordan. Born 1851, died 1931. It reads, "Wisdom is knowing what to do next. Skill is knowing how to do it, and virtue is doing it." Let's take a moment together to explore the messages within this quote. You know what fascinates me about human achievement? It all comes down to three deceptively simple elements: knowing what to do, knowing how to do it, and actually doing it. Today we're exploring a profound quote that breaks this down perfectly.
Let me jump in here because this quote from David Starr Jordan is really something special. He said, "Wisdom is knowing what to do next. Skill is knowing how to do it, and virtue is doing it." And what's amazing is how he embodied these principles as Stanford's first president.
Well, what really strikes me about Jordan is how he applied these three elements across such diverse fields. He is a man who wasn't just running a university. He was revolutionizing our understanding of fish species and advocating for world peace, all during one of America's most transformative periods.
That's interesting. How did he manage to excel in so many different areas during such turbulent times?
Well, let's break it down using his own framework. The wisdom part came from his ability to identify where he could make the most impact. Like when he saw the need for a world-class university in the American West. At the time, when higher education was still primarily an East Coast thing.
You know what fascinates me about that? He was building Stanford during the massive changes of the Industrial Revolution, yet he maintained this holistic view of human achievement.
Exactly right. And that's where the skill component came in. He developed the expertise to classify new fish species, the administrative ability to build a university from scratch, and the diplomatic skills to advocate for peace. But here's what really set him apart: that third element, virtue.
So let me build on that. You're saying it's not enough to just know what to do and how to do it?
That's exactly what makes this framework so powerful. Think about it. How many times have we known exactly what we should do, even known how to do it, but still failed to follow through? That's where virtue comes in. The moral courage to actually take action.
Well, that reminds me of modern challenges like climate change. We have the wisdom to understand the problem and the skill to develop solutions, but the virtue to implement them? That's where we often struggle.
You know, that's such a perfect modern application of this framework. And it applies to personal challenges too. Like, take health and fitness. We all know we should exercise and eat well. We know how to do these things. But actually getting up early for that workout, that's where virtue comes into play.
Let me share something I've noticed. In our modern world, we seem to focus heavily on the skill part, with all these online courses and tutorials, but maybe not enough on developing wisdom or virtue.
That's such an astute observation. It's like we're building a three-legged stool with one really strong leg and two weak ones. And you know what's fascinating? During Jordan's time, from 1851 to 1931, he witnessed incredible technological changes, from horse and buggy to automobiles, from telegraphs to telephones, yet he never lost sight of this balanced approach.
Well, speaking of balance, how do you think this framework applies to emotional intelligence and relationships?
Let me break that down. In relationships, wisdom is recognizing when someone needs support or space. The skill is knowing how to communicate effectively and show empathy. And virtue, that's showing up consistently, even when it's inconvenient. It's following through on your commitments.
You know what makes this quote even more powerful? The fact that Jordan wasn't just theorizing, he was actively applying these principles in his peace activism, especially during the build-up to World War I.
Exactly. And that took real courage. The wisdom to understand that war wasn't the answer, the skill to build peace organizations, and the virtue to stand up for these beliefs when they weren't popular. It's a perfect example of all three elements working together.
So how do we best put this wisdom into practice in our own lives?
Well, I think we can start by using these three elements as a kind of personal checklist. Before taking on any challenge, ask yourself, do I truly understand what needs to be done? Do I have necessary skills to do it? And most importantly, am I ready to follow through, even when it gets difficult?
That's such a practical way to apply this historical wisdom to modern challenges.
And you know what's really encouraging about this framework? These aren't fixed traits. They're qualities we can develop over time. Jordan himself kept learning, developing new skills, and standing up for his beliefs throughout his life. It's a powerful reminder that we can always grow in these areas.
Well, that really brings home why this quote has such enduring relevance, doesn't it?
It really does. Whether we're trying to build something as ambitious as a university, or just trying to make positive changes in our daily lives, these three elements, wisdom, skill, and virtue, are always essential. They're like the DNA of human achievement, as relevant today as they were in Jordan's time. With that, we conclude this exciting episode. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd appreciate a like and a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Your support truly helps this channel grow. See you again tomorrow. Yours, Sandor.